And the big companies are actually becoming very, very slow, except when they do things like this. Everyone saw what happened on Old Spice. They had no money to support shower gel. It's a poor segment, has no money, no TV, low margin, and they decided to put everything on digital, but they had little money, so they decided with Crispin Porter to put everything just one day on digital, on YouTube, with a really wacky, different, they jumped, and they did something completely different. They decided to engage with the consumer, and later on we know where it is right now. So Old Spice right now is a huge success. So that to give you an idea, they have 100 million views of YouTube alone, and sales have duplicated, and Old Spice became the leader on deodorants and shower gels, which they were not at all before. So it was an amazing, amazing experience. All Things Hair is something we launched recently for another client. Basically what we found out is that there are 9 billion searches. I repeat, 9 billion searches for hair. And 7% of all the brands of hair answer to those searches or have an answer to a question done on hair. Let me repeat again. 9 billion searches are happening on hair, and only 7% of those searches have an answer for a brand, from a brand. So it was a great project right now. This client in particular, Unilever, decided to invest on a huge website that basically answers anything associated with hair, not with products, but with the answer that they need. And guess what they did? They didn't produce their own content. They asked YouTubers, experts on beauty, to actually produce this for them. It's a huge success right now, and it's in rollout mode. And the important thing nowadays, when people are watching more than 7 screens and simultaneously they're watching 2 to 3 screens, and as everything is going to get connected, what matters is relevance. Take a look at this video if you want to understand what I mean by relevance. This could be one of us. So this is our life. Our life is not around, guys, our life is not around a car. Our life is not around a tire. Our life is not around an insurance policy, and our life is not around a yogurt. This is our life. So what matters is you have to find the right moments when you are relevant to the consumer, when he's thinking of you. In any instance, any minute, only 1% of people in the population of a country is thinking about buying a car. Let me repeat that again. Only 1% of the population is thinking about buying a car. Only 1%. Why do you do a massive campaign if only 1% is thinking about buying a car? So find out when they're looking for it, find out what they're talking about, find out what they're looking for and how they search for that, and be present there with whatever technique you want to. So find what are the moments that matter. Look at the amount of searches around beverage, about hair care, about food that is happening, and look on the right side, the percentage of times when any brand is present to provide an answer. Nobody's present there. The consumers are talking every day, and they will continue, by the way, with or without you. I love this thing, actually. I'm going to bring it to a lot of meetings now. I'm going to take it right now, actually. I love it. And you have to be there even before retailers. I'm sorry if there are retailers here. But for all those brands who have to channel or fight against channels, you have to be there before the retailers. Otherwise, the moment of truth is happening only when they are in front of the retailers. So the mobile is going to be, keep this number, 90% of the purchases that a human being is making, 90% of the purchases start with a search. And nowadays, start with a search online. Start with a search on mobile. 90%. So you can advertise everywhere. Can we jump this slide, please? Okay. And we created a framework on how you can communicate. You can bring your media agencies and your creative agencies and bring the content and organize it in a way that is relevant for the consumer. There are certain information that is relevant. It's basic, is what we call hygiene. This is a case for McDonald's where you have to answer any question that a consumer have any time about any one of your products. So you have to have content that answers to that question. What the hell is that beef that you're serving me? Where are the eggs coming from McDonald's? Where can I find the next store? Those things have to be there because consumers will search for it for sure. Then you have hubs, which means for certain themes, you want to create a repository of all that information where they can go and check it out. And then sometimes, of course, you launch big campaigns. There are those moments where you have to be terribly relevant, those moments where you have to elevate the emotional connection with the consumer. And those are the moments where you can hero your commercial, like we've seen for Evian. Or you've seen Thank You Mom from P&G. Does anyone know the Thank You Mom campaign? Yeah, more or less? All right. So nobody wants to see, when you have a relationship with a detergent is a detergent. You want to wash your clothes. So that's one part of your brain. And then every once in a while, you want to have an emotional connection with the brand, and that's the hero part. So this helps a lot of our partners that work with us. But you also have to be bold and reinvent, back to Luis's and Manuel's points, to bold some of the most traditional businesses, from payments to music to taxi. Music and taxi, how old are these services? And yet they are being completely revolutionized right now. So you can jump on it and make it completely different. And you can also, with data, make a lot better decisions. With L'Oreal, we found out that the girls just loved nowadays, when you are a girl, 15 years old or younger, apparently you only paint your hair from this part down. It's called madejas californianas o algo así, parece. And apparently it was huge, and no one was paying attention. And we picked it up on search. Girls were searching for it. They were willing to know about it, and there was no solution, there was no answer. So basically, girls started creating videos to teach other girls on how to do it at home, in the kitchen, because there were no products. We provided this information to L'Oreal, and we worked with them and their agency to come up with a solution, and there was a new product launch in less than 6 months. L'Oreal turned it around in no time, and was listening to the consumer. Consumers are there, sending a ton of signals. You just have to listen. All right, so I have to speed up, otherwise this thing will sing. So this is Grumpy Cat. He's one of the biggest YouTube stars we have, more than 14 million views. Apparently he has a movie deal already. He's going to launch a movie recently. He's going to make more money than I do as well, for sure. And he's our customer. The customer is going to be like this. He wants everything now. So as far as you are concerned, and the CEO, these are the things that need to happen. You have to show up, you have to wise up, and you have to speed up. Show up means what? Means you have to design your organization to understand the moments that matter. Luis presented that beautiful work that he was doing with all the photographs and really understanding the life of a health, a medical, a pharmacy salesperson. This is exactly what it is, to understand the moments that matter, study them. So work with people like Luis, it's a good thing, to come up with the moments that matter so that then you have an answer for that. And you have to generate the content to actually answer to those consumers when it's relevant to them. You have to wise up. So data is there, guys. And if you think that you can build your company without data, I mean, or if you think data is just sales, or if it's just Nielsen 3 months later, it's not going to go well, I would say. There are live data that you can have from us or from other suppliers, but you please understand consumers are sending you signals every day. Again, 5 billion searches every day. Searches alone, let alone on YouTube. So you have to supercharge your business to really understand what's happening. And then you have to speed up. You have to redesign the organizations to actually listen to the consumer and answer. A big company like L'Oreal was able to do that. If L'Oreal can do that, you guys can do it as well. Anybody can do it. But they really are doing it very, very well, actually. And you have to promote innovation very fast. We talked about it. And please don't call people digital. Every time I have someone who says, hi, I'm the digital director, I immediately have a reaction because, you know, and I'm sure there are tons of digital directors right now, but be careful with the titles, because when you say someone is a digital director, it means that everyone else is not a digital director. And to be honest, everyone should be. And nowadays it should be a mobile director, should not be a digital director, if anything. So don't compartmentalize these people and put them in a box. It's a bad idea. And the commitment has to come from the top. So back to the CEO. If the CEO doesn't jump, there's no point. This is my leader, Larry Page, and this is what he says about Google. If you're not doing something crazy, then we're doing the wrong things for sure. And I don't know if you know this, but we are committed at bringing internet to the world. And we launched this thing called the Loon Project. Do you know what the Loon Project is? We don't have time because the thing was buzzing, so I won't show you the video, but the video, basically it's to launch balloons above the level where planes go through, and the balloons will circle the planet and provide internet for the entire world. The objective is to quickly provide internet to the next 5 billion. So this is a project we're working on. It's crazy, I know. What I just described, you think I'm not okay. But honestly, it's being launched. The video will prove it. Check it out. It's called Project Loon. Go on YouTube and find out. It's very funky, and it has really, really good projects. So this is to say that we have to do the crazy stuff all the time. So the question back and to close is, if it's not now, it's when? And more importantly, if it's not you, who? This is the guy jumping. He took 10 minutes, as I said. He opened the parachute, so he landed okay. He must have been really, really scary. He knew he had to jump because staying, he would die. He cannot stay there forever. And this is the message for all of you to bring back to your companies. The revolution is here to come. The 5 billion are coming as well. There are 5 billion searches every day happening. Consumers are sending you signals. And if you're not listening, someone will very, very quickly. This is what's happening with most of our partners. So bring that, and this is not a good idea. This is the only idea that you have if you want to survive in the future. The only idea. Thank you.